And then, Ryan Kabashian, we talked about, drivers from the Maconi community. Ryan, a member of TKC, we've seen him do great on the Super Speedway side of things. It's kind of funny because we've seen him actually grow up in iRacing. He was very new to the platform when we were broadcasting TKC a year or so ago, and remember, he's like, I just got street stock that started, and then he ran their full-length Daytona 500, and he led laps in it, and had a pretty strong running. I don't know if he led laps, but I know he was up front there in the later stages, so I think Ryan would definitely be a contender.
Patrick Drabeck is in 23rd, with Ryan Kilbashian in 24th in that 10 truck. Let's find out how we do things well here. Mike George in control. The green flag is out. We're underway from Daytona. Down the back straightaway, Mike George getting a big push from Vrabel Jr. Already clear amongst the top two trucks. The outside, remember the OCQ, took until the front straightaway to really build up its speed. It's doing the same here in the feature.
See these drivers side by side off the line, still trying to figure out who wants to lead. So far it's Mike George, but here comes Josh Lockenvitz with a huge help, a huge bump from Zach Novak. Here comes the outside line.
A lot of these drivers trying to force them, like Greg Maconi. He just forced his way to the bottom to be able to get to the yellow line. And we already have people pitting. And this is early. Lap 30, 31, and we have a spin. It's Kilbashian. Oh, man, he's able to keep it off of other drivers, but that's going to destroy his green flag pit stop right there. He's going to have to hope that other drivers have issues or a caution comes out. He lost around 5 to 7 seconds there just from that spin. The tire wear, it's pretty much non-existent. The track conditions don't call for it. It's a super speedway. That
caution is out.
Caution! Oh goodness, this is going to shake things up mightily. The 72 of Ashton Pritchard was involved in an incident. 3 other drivers involved, and this shakes everything up incredibly right at the halfway point. You know who's moving up in this pack? Ryan Kilbashian, who spun on pit road, is now in the conversation.
Now, what a comeback story for him. Was about to get lapped and barely hanging on. And now he's inside the top 10.
How about that charge to be able to make his way into the conversation now? He wants his lead back, and he wants it now. And he's got it now. Able to take the lead. Now it's the question of, does he want to lead the top or the bottom? Take his helpers with him. He gets nearly turned. Now he's on the apron, comes back across the track. Here we go. Around goes Sanders. Caution flag is out.
And so far, here comes the rest of the field. I was going to say he's going to make it out clean. Novak with some damage. The 4 as well. That's Jared Davis. Roy Crump barely makes it through. Greg Maconi, minimal damage for him. And Maconi goes from the lead to bringing out the second caution of the night. I mean, if he stays on the apron, first off, I don't think he can. That's a problem. They're carrying 180 miles an hour into the corner on a flat part of the track. The truck is going to naturally carry itself up.
Yeah, it was.
Nothing you can do.
It was actually not as bad as I initially thought it was. So I'll give that 12 machine a few more flowers than I originally provided it. But it was definitely a nervous reaction there. Jeremy Gardner, Carter Casey, Patrick Drabeck, Mike George up front. Green flag is out, 35 laps to go. Here comes the push for Drabeck.
A Drabeck member, friends with Jeremy Gardner, friends with Mike George. All 3 of them are going to get in a line, and all 3 of them are going to try and run away with this one off for 3 from that Goat Locker Racing family. See who's able to hang on, who's able to push the best. And they got Dustin Scruggs up there. Remember, he was a lap car, literally raced his way out of being a lap car. Got a lap back old fashioned way, 4th in line on the inside.
Yeah, now don't push on the quarter. Don't push offset, absolutely. They're pushing your offset. Carter Casey just took the lead up front, as you see Drabeck's viewpoint.
gosh, this is a scary look with the 10 blinking in and blinking out. All the while.
See and breathe very heavy. Oh, there they go! Wrecking behind them.
Mike George gets turned around in the pack. Caution flag is out. And we're back under yellow as the 29 slides. The 12 collected as well with Tigner.
And look who's leading the field. We talked about him a little bit in the pre-race. Ryan Cabashian from the TKC side, I think the Touring Kart Championship. We've seen him grow on iRacing. I remember when I first started running TKC, he was a guy that'd go out there and was 3-4 seconds off the pace. And I'd seen him in Discord talk about, man, I just won my first ever rookie street stock race at Charlotte. And then, after a couple weeks, a couple months, goes and runs the full-length TKC 500, the full-length Daytona 500, broadcasted here on Maconi Entertainment. And runs really, really well, has a solid outing. I don't remember if he led laps. I know he was running up front there, and it turned a lot of heads. Now, leading probably one of the biggest races of his iRacing career. Has a huge TikTok following, Kilbo Racing, over there on TikTok. Typically, there's a lot of NASCAR clips and whatnot. See him, though, trying to fuel save his way into victory lane tonight. He's got 31 laps to get there this time by, but it would be a true Cinderella story for Cabashian. And we've seen every bit of it here on Maconi Entertainment over the last year and a half.
We're back underway, and now the strategy's on. Still 30 laps to decide it here from Daytona.
Oh man, this is going to be interesting. What a big jump right there for Cabashian. Way too far in front.
And this inside is going to eat him up, led by Patrick Drabick. Drabick decides to stay low, hits the brake, and here comes the accordion effect.
Trying to sort themselves around as there comes the outside, and here we go. 04. And caution flag is thrown as the 04 nearly blew over. That's the yellow flag. Green flag at the end of the restart zone. We're backing away.
Not as big of a jump as we saw Maconi get last time, or excuse me, not Maconi, Cabashian last time. But it is still sizable, and Gardner is trying to decide which line he wants to go with, which line has the momentum. I think that cost him, because now we're 3 wide for the lead through 1 and 2.
Cabashian with a huge surge of momentum to take a 3 wide, splits him down in the middle, and is able to lead. This outside line got a huge push from Fagerberg there behind him, and here comes Dustin Scruggs down the middle with help from Greg Maconi.
Cabashian trying to block it, now they wreck.
Oh, they're wrecking.
Here we go again. Caution flag is out, and it's in the heart of the field again.
It's a big one here. Multiple drivers going down, going low, going through the grass.
I mean, it gets to a point where they can't even get to a consistent green flag laps here. Yeah, I know you're going to the middle, and that's okay. There's some space there. There's a lot of space. Let's see how it starts, how it happens.
In the 77 here. He comes down in the 12 of Maconi. He's looking at the 12 and that blue 77. Yeah, he just comes down into the 12 of Greg. I don't know if we knew they were 3 wide or what. Collects Drabick in the 07. Down across Carlisle's nose in the 24. There's Carter Casey going middle. There's Casey in the 30. Oh, we're hitting Carson Lucas airborne on 2 tires. Here comes the 2 as well.
I'm still saying if it comes down to an aggressive move late, you look at Ryan Cabashian. I really think he's got a shot here, as does Jeremy Gardner.
Let's see what happens this time around as we come to the restart. Cabashian, Gardner on the front row. 22 to go. When they take the green, we're back to racing. And a clean start once again this time. Now it's a question, how will the lines play out in terms of the momentum?
The inside is carrying a ton of momentum, almost too much maybe. Cabashian there and Scruggs have a hefty bubble there to Jeremy Pianta there in third, and Noah Larson on the inside, outside, not yet quite formed up either. Gardner leading that with help from Elliot Fagerberg and Carter Casey. And see Carson Lucas for the first time right entering the top 10 as well in that 88. Trying off the inside here, pretty big bubble, trying to close up and get some momentum going.
I hope I don't jinx it, but that was the cleanest restart we've had in quite a while, so that is nice to see. We'll see how aggressive these drivers decide to go as one truck decides to just dive down the pit road in the back of the field.
Yeah, that third line is gaining a lot of drivers and quickly. Maconi's jumped up in that line, also amongst those Tigner and Moore. Now they're nearly making contact as they try and dump into the second line. Now they're trying to shuffle people out back there in the backdrop. All well, things stay calm up front.
Now McKenzie Corrins thought they were going to be able to pull up front and lead that third lane, and Zach Novak had better plans. So goes to the middle, quick gets back high, and leaves Corrins there high and dry.
Oh man, look at that. The 10 of Kilbashian looked to go up high just a bit, and now we're 3 wide for the lead of this race. Big push being given right there by the 5.
Carter Casey goes to the point. Does he elect to go to the bottom? He's thinking about it. A lot more checkups as now Maconi joins those pushing up top side. Now they're trying to get Zach Novak clear. Looks like Carter Casey's going to take it himself.
Novak goes from 15th to the lead in just 5 corners. Here comes Sebastian. Goes to the middle, separates the Maconi setup shop. Cars barely. That's a 91 actually. Casey on the bottom trying to split with the Maconi car. So Sebastian and the bottom line both fumble. That's going to allow Novak and Rabel to get low. Maconi following them down to the middle.
So Novak has driven his way to the front with Rabel for the time being. Still seeing how the Hornets' Nest is pointing out. Some people get shuffled back. Another move for the race lead. Maconi with Kilbashian. Jeff Maconi makes contact for the race lead.
Oh, they all want it real bad right here. Kilbashian gets a truck into the back of him. That's the 41 machine of Noah Larson. These drivers going for it all right now.
All going for it like there's only 1 lap instead of 18 laps to go. But track position is pivotal. We've already seen that throughout this race. They want the track position right now. Maconi, he clears himself for the race lead.
Maconi there to the bottom in front of Rabel. Sebastian leading Larson in the middle. Third lane has fizzled out. It is all Jeff Maconi on the bottom. 17 laps to go, and with this lap led, Jeff Maconi will actually move into the leader of all-time laps led here in the Movember event.
How long will this type of racing last is the question. Still less than 17 laps to decide who takes this checker flag as they go to the back straightaway this time. Kilbashian, this time getting the help from Noah Larson to be able to try and get himself forward. Some big cut to the backdrop. Caution flag is out. Someone's on their side. We're back under caution.
That Mike George looked like Mike George. It's not Mike George. And they're still sliding through. It's Tobias Matheson in the 75. Let's see if the truck has something to do with this. Oh boy, this is going to be an interesting replay.
Kilbashian in control of the field. Noah Larson already getting to the back bumper to try and set up a push. He gives the signal, off and away they go. And another big launch. Kilbashian's second big launch this race. He goes to block Maconi.
Oh, going to work out.
Oh, they're snaking. I don't like it too much. This is a very hairy restart, but it is go time now. You can't really be upset with them trying to go for it, trying to put their trucks in the right position. The top 2 lines, the top 2 rows in the 2 lines have both broken away by half a truck length.
Sebastian trying to put the side draft. He's going to get left high and dry. Now goes down the block. Larson has to barely check up Lutterman. That was about catastrophe and not over for Sebastian. Instead, he's hard charging the inside to the lead. Side by side with Maconi coming off a turn 4. We're coming to 12 laps to go. It's Sebastian out front.
Side by side, still for the race lead. Several more try and find their way up front with them. Kilbashian gets the lead at the stripe this time by with 12 laps to go. All of that's well. We have to see if anybody likes to peek out or do they stay too wide for the time being.
That's an uncomfortable looking push right there from the 41 machine. I wouldn't do that on the corner if I were you.
Oh, this isn't going to work, and Sebastian goes around. Just like the last lap, he bobbles high, goes down low, and Larson doesn't let him in. Green flag stays out, and Sebastian is low and in the grass, and his race is over.
His chances are toast, to say the least, after that turnaround. 11 laps to go. No one else went around.
3 wide through 3 and 4, coming to 8 laps to go. Somehow, some way, they have made it stick. Pusher pushing a pusher. Rafferty off the back on Bargino, and it's not going to work out, and it doesn't. Around the field goes. Car's airborne. Car's spinning. Car's into the wall. And just like that, the caution is out. Who's your leader? It's Robbie Rabel over Maconi. And this changes everything.
Got a little bit nerve-wracking there for a split second on the pushes. Now 2.5 laps to go. Vrabel just cannot get enough momentum build up. Maconi nearly drifted up.
Maconi is definitely in the best possible spot to be. However, he just has to hope those pushes are continuously coming aggressively. I mean, he's got to be able to hold on to that truck, right? You're going to really have to hope that the 3 drivers in behind are right up glued to that rear bumper with 2 laps to go here.
Now a push up from Clark, nearly bounces off the door. Vrabel still can't get the side draft down. Now Clark gets squirrely. Maconi gets squirrely. Lap and a half to go as Vrabel and Novak stay lockstep together.
Rafferty, that double zero there. And there goes the truck flying through the air like an airplane plane. Andrew Relias on his side, lands back on all fours. 10 out of 10 on the landing, 10 out of 10 on the takeoff, and we are going to green, white, checkered overtime.
Who wins Saturday for the boys for 2024? Let's find out. Pace car is off, green flag in hand. Green, green, green. 2 laps to go. GWC number 1 underway.
That was some major accordion affecting, whatever you want to call it, that was going on mid through the pack there. They just weren't connected on the inside. That has led to a weird start.
Weird indeed, but as beneficial as ever for the outside. Robbie Rabel Jr. has help from Novak. Side by side by side by side. The top 20 cars basically all within the lead pack and all with a chance to win it, but it's all Jeff Maconi and Rabel leading their front rows down the back straightaway.
Rabel's clear. Does he take it? No, he elects to stay with Novak. Now they get ditched. Some side drafting pulling on back. That's Greg Maconi. That hurts the middle line. George goes for the push coming up to the white flag this time around. Now it's Jeff Maconi working with Matty Clark to clear on by Vrabel, losing ground on the final lap.
White flag has been taken. We're racing to the checkered flag here. They wreck in the back. The lead pack stays together. It's still Jeff Maconi, Matty D. Clark, Rusty Rafferty pushing Matty D. Clark. Robbie Rabel is still in the middle. He's got help from Novak, and that's it. The 42 Gardner goes around. Zach Novak involved. A couple others. Only 4 trucks are left standing. It's Roy Crump, Rafferty, Clark, and Maconi.
Who takes the peak? Who tries to go for the win? Does Maconi hold on? Does Matty Clark ditch him? These two have worked together all race long over the comms. Rusty Rafferty, no place to go yet. Matty Clark takes a poke. Maconi gets ditched. Rafferty, now Maconi goes for the door. He goes for the block. Maconi gets sideways. He takes the win and wins it at Daytona.
Jeff Maconi, for the second time in 3 years, finds victory lane side by side with Matty D. Clark and Rusty Rafferty, and it's the second closest finish in Movember history. Do you see Maconi there on the bottom right of your screen, absolutely appalled, and the celebrations are incoming.
disappointing finish. Congrats for the win, Jeff. Thanks for putting this all together. I saw that coming from a mile away. Oh my God, very well. Yeah, wow. What a disappointing finish.
Noah Larson there in 15th, led 4 laps. Ryan Sebastian led the third most laps tonight in 12th. A great outing for him, although only a 16th place finish.